Welcome to a very unique session of Pandesal Forum. Ang topic natin today, very important, smuggling and illicit cigarettes crisis. Ano ang ginagawa ng gobyerno, especially the Philippine National Police, to solve this big problem challenging our fiscal situation, our economic and public health situation. I'll just do a short summary lang of the problem. May estimates daw different people, different sectors and researches, as much as 90 billion pesos to 100 billion pesos loss to smuggling. They import illegally, not through the usual channels, not passing through customs. So we are losing in the Philippines estimated 90 to 100 billion pesos if we don't solve the problem of cigarette crisis. It will enrich the criminals and it will also endanger the health of the people. We have here with us Police Major General Ronnie Francis Cariaga, Police Brigadier General Hansel M. Marantan. Welcome. Short introduction lang. Si Police Major General Ronnie Francis Cariaga is the Director for Operations, Philippine National Police. He's seated beside me. Very humble and hardworking sila. As the Director for Operations, General Cariaga acts as the primary architect behind the PNP's dynamic, coordinated efforts to enforce the law and secure our communities. He is here to give us the strategic view of how the police are mobilizing against organized crime and economic saboteurs. Beside him is Police Brigadier General Hansel M. Marantan. He is Director, Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group, HPG. General Marantan is a seasoned officer known for his relentless, hardworking operations against crime syndicates. His unit, the Highway Patrol Group, was responsible for the historic 1-2 punch raids in Malabon and Batangas this new year that intercepted billions in contraband. We will hear from them anong nangyari mamaya. Opening question for our two distinguished generals. Mga general sir, kapapasok lang ng bagong taong 2026. Congratulations, nakahuli agad kayo ng 3.1 billion pesos worth ng mga illegal or illicit na cigarettes. Kasama na yung malaking raid sa Malabon nung New Year at nung recent operation ninyo sa Valenzuela. Base sa intelligence reports ninyo sa PNP, masasabi pa nating may panic selling ba nangyayari sa mga crime syndicates ng mga smugglers dahil natatakot pa sila sa mga ginagawa ninyong masigasig na anti-smuggling operation na nag-level up na talaga kayo sa operations ninyo sa bagong taon. Welcome ho.
Yes, good morning. Good morning po also at all others, other members of the media present right now. Magandang umaga. Actually, napakagandang observation po yan. And to answer your question directly, I don't think this is just panic selling. What we are seeing actually is industrial scale defiance. Kailangan nating tignan sa konteksto. Yung 3.1 billion pesos na nahuli natin in less than a month sa Malabon, sa Batangas at Valenzuela, hindi yan gawa ng mga takot na small-time smugglers na nagtatapon lang ng stock. These are massive organized operations. Ang ibig sabihin, sinusubukan nila ang gobyerno. They are testing if we can enforce Republic Act 12022. Ito ay Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Act. Sinasagad nila ang production at importation dahil akala nila business as usual pa rin. So bakit ganito kalaki ang numbers? Dalawang bagay lang. Syndicates have leveled up. Hindi ito tingi-tingi. Container vans at warehouses, ito na ang mga pinag-uusapan. They are operating like legitimate multinational corporations but actually engage in crime. But we have also leveled up. Nag-improve din tayo sa government side. We have increased our coordination with other agencies. Ang reason kaya nakikita ninyo ang bilyong-bilyong halaga na ito is because our intelligence network is working. Okay? Dati, baka nakakalusot ito. Pero ngayon, dahil alam ng kapulisan, including other law enforcement agencies, na non-bailable at life imprisonment ang kapalit. Yan ang nakalagay sa Republic Act 12022.
So non-bailable na ang economic sabotage up to a certain amount, di ba? Oo.
Economic sabotage kasi these are agricultural smuggling, may kwan siya 10 million pesos pataas. So mas ganado na at mas agresibo ang mga operatives natin. So hindi sila nagpa-panic selling. They are gambling actually. At ang mensahe natin sa kanila ngayong umaga, talo kayo dyan sa sugal na ito because we will keep on raiding these warehouses using our PNP operating units. We have the CIDG and we also have the Maritime Group. At ngayon, kasama din natin ang Highway Patrol Group. Until they realize itong mga smugglers na ito that the Philippines is no longer a playground for smugglers.
Thank you very much, General. Good news yan para sa bagong taon kasi maraming negative news parati sa ekonomiya natin, kaya maganda yan. Ang susunod na tanong, doon po sa bagong batas natin na ginawa ng gobyerno, RA 12022, kapag lumampas, sinabi nga ninyo, General Caliaga, paglampas 10 million pesos worth ang mga smuggled na illegal or illicit cigarettes, ang halaga non-bailable na itong offense na to at saka tinatawag na life imprisonment na ang kulong nila. Yung huli ninyo sa Malabon, kung hindi tayo nagkakamali na research, sabi ng mga media, 1.5 billion pesos worth. Sobra-sobra na sa threshold na 10 million pesos. What are the chances that this is our buena mano sample for the public to see na may life imprisonment ho, yun mga nahuli na mga kriminal na yan, maipakita natin sa publiko ba na talagang seryoso tayo?
Sagutin ko po, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
General Marantan, thank you.
As to the question kung ano yung mga chances na makakuha tayo ng conviction, doon sa we are about to file na cases referring to the 12 Republic Act 12022. Malaki ang tsansa na makapagpa-convict po tayo dito. If I can say 100% na makapagpa-convict tayo dito. Kasi we have a good case now. We have identified the consignee. We have identified the tracker. We have identified the owner of the yard. We have identified the different personalities now. And I have to tell you that no less than the president is on top of the situation now. We were called by the SILG and the Chief PNP para gawing airtight yung kaso na i-file namin. So, to give you a timeline, dito sa Batangas case, because nauna yung Batangas, no? Sumunod yung Malabon. The Batangas, we can file the case by next week, February 3. Yan ang binigay na timeline dyan sa Batangas case. We are almost ready on the filing. It's just that hindi naman namin minabadali because we don't want to be hasty with the filing. Kasi siyempre these are organized crime groups, so they have seasoned lawyers also to defend them.
Yes.
Kaya ganyan po ang nangyari. The president is monitoring every step of the way in the same manner that the Chief PNP and the SIL Secretary is also monitoring us. So we can assure you that.
Mga ilan ho ang nahuli sa Batangas and the other areas ho?
Sa Batangas po, we were able to confiscate 14 containers ng illicit cigarettes. At we have identified personalities doon. At well, makikita naman ninyo pag i-final namin. But unfortunately to say,
yes,
na mayroong involvement. I think this is common already.
yes.
Yung isa doon sa tracker, ang wife niya is a member of the BOC. Kaya
Bureau of
it
Customs.
becomes more
Complicated.
yes, complicated now. But I have to tell you that the Republic Act 12022 is more lethal now. Kaya huwag kayong masyadong magpiro dito sa batas na to kasi nasabi nga ho ninyo, it is novel and the penalty is reclusion perpetual. Let's see. Kasi bago pa naman yung batas, the law was enacted on the year 2024 at susubukan nating i-file ito sa inyo. Kasi nasanay na kayong nakakalusot lagi. But this time around, let's see what the law can do to you to soften you.
Congratulations. May mga tanong din dito nagte-text sa akin kagabi pa at saka ngayon. Nagkikipag-unayan ba kayo sa PNP with the Department of Justice para magkaroon ng fast tracking sa prosecution unit? Tapos may tanong pa dito, madalas pong nauugnay ang smuggling sa international syndicates. Mayroon ba kayong international coordination with our neighbors all over Asia para mahinto na itong crime syndicates na to?
Well, unang-una, ito ang kagandahan sa bagong batas, itong Republic Act 12022, kasi nagkaroon na ng council, Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Council. Maliban dyan, nagkaroon na rin ng enforcement group. Ang PNP ay member ng enforcement group na yan. We have our maritime group and our CIDG being the lead units ng PNP
Coordinated, yes.
pagdating sa mga ganitong bagay.
Oo.
So in short, after the passage of this 12022, nagkaroon na ng
Yes.
whole of government approach when it comes to anti-smuggling operations. So nakikipag-ugnayan kami sa DOJ,
Oo.
Department of Justice.
Galing.
We want prosecutors to be involved as early as the phase of case build-up pa lamang. So hindi namin iintay na ma-file sa korte bago sila pumasok.
Mm.
Sa case build-up, kasama na natin sila. At when it comes to coordination with other neighboring countries,
Yes, international
kaya,
police agencies.
actually, meron tayong ASEAN meetings ngayon eh. And this,
Pati mga police generals.
part of these meetings is the meeting of all economic ministers ng
Yes.
ASEAN.
Yes.
Itong mga smuggling and other activities that affects our economy is being part of the discussion. Kaya
Good
yes,
news.
nagkakaroon tayo ng bilateral coordination with other neighboring countries kung paano natin maayos itong problema. Kasi itong smuggling is not only a problem
Yes.
in our country, problema din ito ng mga kapitbahay natin.
Thank you very much, General Cariaga, for your updates. So may good news tayo dyan. May tanong naman ho dito, General Marantan, nabanggit ninyo sa balita recently na posibleng may involvement ang ilang mga scalawags na uniform personnel bilang protectors. Sensitive issue ho ba ito? Para pwede pa malaman ho, mayroon bang nangyayaring internal investigation ba ho sa PNP or even in the AFP? Dito sa na-mention ninyong posibleng some uniform personnel involved in smuggling syndicate, may masasampulan ba tayo or masasabi lang na isolated cases ito based sa observation ninyo or intelligence ninyo, sir?
So yung is a compound question, medyo marami. Yung tactics, sagutin ko yung tactics, no? We belong to the Highway Patrol Group. Hindi yung operation ng Highway Patrol is not intel driven. So it's the implementation of anti-carnapping law or the violations under the Republic Act 4136, yung LTO and the PT 96, yung mga wangwang, ganyan. Yung mga bawal noon, bawal pa rin naman po hanggang ngayon. Following the instruction of the President himself, now we have to remove the pain points on the streets. Kaya nandyan po yung mga highway patrol. But in the course ng mga pagsita namin ng mga sasakyan, we can ask questions naman eh. If there are initial violations, like for instance, may problema yung plaka niya, may problema yung conduction stickers niya, we can always flag them down and ask questions. And in the course of asking questions, makaka-elicit na tayo doon. So anong laman ng sasakyan mo? Voluntarily, magsasabi naman po yung magsasabi naman po yung mga drivers. So, pag naipakita na niya, if these are cigarettes, easily we can ask, alam naman po namin yung internal revenue stamp. Alam naman namin yun eh. And in that way, we can, dito na papasok yung yung collective effort na sinasabi ni General Cariaga. That's a collective effort, a whole of nation approach. Pag pag nagsimula na kaming magsita dyan, we start calling the Maritime Group, the CIDG, our friends from the POC, our friends from the PIR. So yan sasabihin nila, ito yung mga questions na itatanong mo dyan. At kung wala yan, the highest probability is illegal yung kargamento yan. Yan lang po ang ang naging role ng Highway Patrol. Nagiging for the past several days, naging tip of the dagger ang Highway Patrol because of that TTP, yung tactics, techniques, and procedure na parang akala nila it is already the mandate of the Highway Patrol to do all those to neutralize smuggling syndicates. Yes, partly it is, but ang pinaka main function of the HPG is anti-carnapping. We maintain and we the kaayusan on the highways. Pero ngayon na mayroon palang ganyang pwede palang magsita, and we continued the questionings of the motor vehicles upon initial violations. But doon sa Batangas kasi iba naman. Mayroong nag-report sa amin na nawawala yung sasakyan niya. So pumasok na yon sa anti-carnapping. Yung nag-report, I will not mention the name of the one who reported yung motor vehicle niya. May dala-dala siyang GPS nung sasakyan niya. So, trinak namin yung GPS at luckily or maybe unluckily for the smugglers, napunta doon sa Batangas, nakasuksok doon sa mga containers.
Bodega.
So, yung dalawang containers doon, naka-open. So, parang nagnanakawan daw sila. So, we know the drill already. So, we started questioning already the Internal Revenue Stamp and all that. Tinawagan ko na kaagad si General Batan, tinawagan ko na si DO. So, ano pang mga question dito? Kasi we were able to recover the sedan already, yung subject of the report. Ngayon, tinawag namin yung may-ari ng yarda. So, the may-ari ng yarda, sabi ko, tinanong namin, this is illegal if you cannot present us documents. So, we will be asking you doon sa mga containers na nandito. At you can be involved dito. So, immediately, ang ginawa naman ng may-ari ng yarda, he is not involved in any way. Nirentahan lang daw sa kanya yung yarda nung ganitong tao. So, ang ginawa ng may-ari ng yarda, to show good faith to us, siya nang nagbukas. Binuksan na niya lahat yung remaining containers. 12 containers. So, it exposed everything. And that's the reason why it became a plain view already. Ngayon, tinawag na namin yung POC kasi, and the Maritime Group. Kasi, that's the role na they come to the rescue to prepare attachments for the filing at to dig more on the naipakitang mga contrabands. And so it did.
Yes.
Nakita nila kung saan galing saan galing na port, sino yung mga consignee, they ask packing list, nakita na nila yung mga listahan and all. So it multiplies many times over yung trabaho na yan. Ganyan po ang nangyari doon.
Gusto ko lang maintindihan natin na when it comes to smuggling operations, we have two lead units ng PNP. We have the Maritime Group and the CIDG, Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. Now, hindi mo rin
Yes.
maiwasan na may mga mahuhuli ang mga other PNP units natin, including the Highway Patrol Group. Ito yung mga violations kasi na incidental lang to another violation.
Yes.
During the inspection, nagkaroon ng smuggling. Now, it also happens in other PROs, police regional offices. Like for example, recently, may nahuli din ang ating mga police doon sa Bangsamoro area. Marami din yun.
Yes.
Considered economic sabotage din yun kasi worth
Yes.
more than 10 million din siya. So, normal na ginagawa ng mga units natin ng mga ito is they will immediately coordinate with these two police units. Ito yung
Yes.
CIDG at Maritime Group. And in addition, they will also coordinate with other government agencies like the BOC
Yes.
and those others involved in operations against smuggling.
General, may tanong kanina, meron bang possible mga uniform personnel na protectors ng mga o kasabwat na may internal investigation bang nangyayari tungkol dito sa hindi lang naman sa PNP, di ba, sa buong mundo, pag may krimen, minsan may mga taong nai-involve. May ganyan ba ho nangyayari? Ano siya? Isolated case ba yan? It's a prevalent thing ba?
Yes, that is also part of our investigation because in the course of the operations, may nakikita kaming mga informations that there are PNP personnel involved. So nagkaroon na rin ng investigation tungkol dyan. Well, investigations are still ongoing. Okay, pag napatunayan na may kinalaman sila, that will result in administrative and criminal
Yes.
penalties. Pero after the investigation, may probable cause. Siyempre sa admin side, may mga series of summary hearings pa yan eh.
Yes,
If
yes.
pag nagkaroon din ng criminal offense doon, isasabay na rin namin ang pagpapile ng criminal case. Yes, tama yun. May
Oo.
na-monitor kami and investigations are ongoing.
So good news yan for the economy of the Philippines. Isa pang tanong dito, is this sustainable throughout the year? Kailangan ba ng mas mahigpit na customs? Anong mga backdoor areas kailangan pa bantayan ng Pilipinas? And maybe also the public, especially the media, what can they do to support the PNP in these operations that you are doing?
Well, unang-una itong batas mismo, yung 12022, ito yung nagpapalakas. Because of this law, nagkaroon na nga ng council at nagkaroon na rin ng members ng enforcement group. And it so happened that the PNP is also part of this enforcement group. Marami ito, meron din from NBI. Kami on our part, we were only doing our part na masunod namin yung instruction ng president. Actually, in one of his zonas, sinabi niya ito eh. Kailangan nating ayusin itong problema natin sa smuggling. And because of that call of the president, nagtrabaho ang ating kapulisan. And to tell you frankly, hindi lang ito PNP. There are also other agencies involved in the operations.
Thank you, General Cariaga and General Marantan. Ayun, may tanong dito. Yes, pwede pakiabot microphone. Please mention your name and your questions. Thank you.
Marlon Bertolen, din sa solo ko to TV. Clarify ko lang po kasi may sure naman po dito sa ibang mga profile pa yung makikita or ini-installahan. Are we specifically for doing personalities again in some sort of investigation? Could we possibly know or if it's public right or if it's a good for the person?
The answer is both. Well, may I ask you what do you mean by politically inclined? Kasi I'm confused with that statement.
Baka politician siguro sinasabi niya.
Politicians or well, nakita ko yung statement ni Senator Gatchalian kahapon. There's a collusion between the politicians and the law enforcers. Parang gano'n yung nabasa ko doon. In fact, tomorrow there's a Senate investigation. We will attend that hearing. Now, I will answer that. That was asked many times over. So ang ni-reverse ko yung tanong, kung sabihin kong walang involvement ang mga security forces, will you believe me? No, I'm asking. Now, if I tell you that there are involvement of some of the members of the security force, not limited to the PNP alone. Kasama yung PCG kasi 2 weeks ago, may na-aresto kaming members of the PCG sa Region 13. On trade of illicit cigarettes, the same that we are the subject of the topic now. My answer is that ayaw kong pangunahan si Chief PNP kasi tsaka si SILG Secretary kasi they are receiving reports, information. Maraming dumidiretso ng report. In the same manner na we are receiving reports already. So, inilalagay namin dyan for validation. Tama rin naman yung sabi kanina na hindi naman pwedeng ganyan kung we cannot even prosecute them. We mention their names but we cannot prosecute them. So, that's for part of the this year. Now, this is the challenge now. Transforming the intelligence information into a substantial evidence, enough ground to indict yung mga na-mention in order to come up with a good case against this security personnel. So, give us some more time kasi I think the Chief PNP and the SIL Secretary has a good plan with these people among us.
Sir, follow up lang po ako sa inyo, Major General. Kanina po you mentioned na, or dun po yata sa tanong kanina about the backdoor, meron po ba tayong mga backdoor in particular na binabantayan dahil po panay na labas-pasok po yung illicit drugs?
Meron tayong ang mga customs natin nasa mga ports lang kasi sila. Ang problema kasi Pilipinas, just like any other neighboring countries natin like Malaysia, alam mo, nagka-problema na rin ng Australia nito eh. Meron ding mga smuggling sa kanila. Dahil nga sa dagat, hindi natin masyadong napoprotektahan ng mga dagat natin. But lately nga, maraming ang mga na-involved ngayon sa mga, di ba, mga nag-capsize na mga barko, hindi natin nababantayan eh. Honestly, we are beefing up naman. We have our maritime group patrolling our seas, pero limited lang kasi ang naabot nila. We have other law enforcement agencies involved. Pero ang nakikita ko, because of this new law right now, nagtulong-tulong na tayo. Not only the PNP, but also all other law enforcement agencies. Nagpapatulyan na rin tayo sa dagat. Okay? Nagkakataon lang na karamihan sa mga nahuhuli natin ay nandito sa loob na ng Pilipinas natin. Just like itong mga nagawa ng HPG at yung mga nagawa ng mga regional offices natin.
Thank you. May tanong dito kanina. Alarming din daw ang advisory about synthetic drugs or chemicals na hinahalo sa illicit cigarettes and smuggled cigarettes. Do you treat illegal or illicit cigarettes as a drug case? May coordination ba ho kayo sa PNP sa anti-smuggling with the anti-drug units ng PNP? Some people watching via Facebook Live.
Mas maganda siguro itanong natin yan sa Dangerous Drugs Board or sa PDEA natin. Kasi sila ang nakakaalam sa mga
Classification.
those drugs considered as dangerous drugs. Now, pag naglabas sila, kami naman sa PNP, we are a law enforcement unit naman eh. Tutulong na kami when it comes to dangerous drugs. We are a support role to the PDEA. We have our own PNP drug enforcement group, but mga meetings namin, mga enforcement operations namin are always coordinated with PDEA and the Dangerous Drugs Board.
Thank
Sir,
you.
in addition, yesterday, we were informed that they got samples already dun sa mga nakuha mga contrabands for further examinations. So, we are going to wait for the result. Dun nga sa tanong ninyo if it's there's a mixture of prohibited drugs or not. But of course, naturally, kapag they can find sample list down on the prohibited drug, naturally the PDEA would come in to exercise their mandate also. So, mayroon na hong mga samples na kinuha, we're just waiting for the results. I have to inform you na yesterday pinatawag kami last ni SILG doon sa office niya. Nandun yung BOC, nandun po yung PCG, nandun po yung PNP, nandun po yung DOJ.
SILG, ibig sabihin local government.
Yes, si
Secretary.
John Vic.
Yes,
Oo.
yes. Yeah.
Yun yung ano niya. Kasi sinabi niya sa amin kahapon, laging nagpapa-update po si Presidente sa kanya. So, talagang we will make this Batangas. Ito yung first salvo eh. Itong Batangas accomplishment na mai-file at may maposasan dito. So, as I have mentioned, na-mention ko na yung mga stakeholders dito to help us in the filing of appropriate cases. So, as I tell you, it's a collective effort now. Maganda yung union namin with the other operating agencies.
Thank you to both generals. May tanong pa dito. Marami kasing tao dito sa Pilipinas. We are the so-called social media capital of the world. Ginagamit pa ng PNP sa opisina ninyo ang social media platforms para matulungan yung operations ninyo or to let the public know yung mga accomplishments ninyo? If yes, what are the social media accounts ng PNP where people can get updates or pwedeng magsumbong or ma-updated lang what's happening with the PNP?
Okay, sa PNP, meron tayong Police Community Relations Directorate na sila yung lead operating office para ipaalam sa public ano yung mga nagawa ng mga kapulisan natin.
Yes.
And they also have mga social media accounts from the different PROs. Okay,
Bawat ano. Yeah.
Pagdating naman sa mga pag meron kayong mga information na natatanggap dyan, it would be better that they have to coordinate with our CIDG and our maritime group. Pwede rin naman sa local police units through the police regional office. Kasi ang gagawin lang naman nila is magko-coordinate lang naman sa CIDG rin saka sa maritime group natin.
Thank you for those updates. So, pwedeng hanapin sa social media groups. May tanong din dito, kanina, tinext lang sa akin. Karamihan daw ng sigarilyo binibenta through the sari-sari stores all over the country. I think hundreds of thousands or millions of sari-sari stores. Aware ba ang mga sari-sari stores na it's illegal for them to sell illicit or smuggled cigarettes? And mayroon ba kayong message for retailers, the cigarette vendors, the retailers na tindahan? Anong mensahe ninyo or paalala sa kanila tungkol sa pagbebenta ng illicit or illegal cigarettes? At saka risks and dangers nito.
Pag nagbenta na yan ng sobrang mura, dapat magduda na sila. Siguro we can start coordinating with our law enforcement agency para magkaroon na tayo ng link analysis papunta doon sa taas.
Good
These are
suggestion.
alam naman kasi ang mga sigarilyo, may may tax yan eh. So in short, pag pumasok sa Pilipinas yan, may kunting makikita nyo yung price. Pag mura yan, kung ikaw siguro nagbebenta dyan, mga sari-sari stores,
Weird na yan.
medyo magduda ka na. Pwede ka na mag-coordinate sa local police units natin. Para at least yung mga local police, siguro ang gagawin niya is i-coordinate din sa mga lead operating units natin para makakamap sila ng analysis at saan ba nanggagaling ito, saan ba binibili nila ito.
Saan ang source? Anong risk para sa anong risk or dangers sa pagbebenta ng ganyan? Baka sabi ng ibang tindano, wala silang pakialam dyan, basta makabenta kami ng mura. Anong risk o danger? Illegal din yon para pagbenta ng ganyan or mga tindahan?
Yes, by itself it's illegal po. Gusto kong sumagot doon sa doon sa mga sari-sari stores na selling smuggled cigarettes. Huwag niyo nang i-gamble yung mga tindahan niyo sa mga illicit cigarettes na smuggled cigarettes na yan. Huwag na tayong magpilosopohan dito, huwag na tayong magdebate. You by yourself, alam naman ninyo na smuggled yung mga ibinebenta ninyo. At hindi nga ninyo alam o hindi natin alam kung may mga that is contaminated by other prohibited drugs.
Mahuhuli ba yung mga nagbebenta?
Yes,
Pag alam nila?
mahuhuli ho yan at itong mga next coming days, makikita nyo, there will be operations there na gagawin namin sa inyo.
So hindi biro-biro to na sabi niya, nagbebenta lang ako.
No, it's not the reason.
Alam nila.
It's not the
Yes.
reason. Ang nagiging operations kasi ngayon, we operate by priorities kasi. Lahat naman yan, pwede namang hulihin lahat yan, but we move by priorities like we are now focusing on the warehouses, we are focusing now on the containers, at we are focusing now on the personalities. Kasi kahit naman makumpiska natin toneladang mga smuggled cigarettes dyan, if we cannot neutralize the personal, baliwala lahat yan eh. Kasi it goes two ways. We operate on the warehouses, but with more important din na we operate on the personalities. At yan ang tinatrabaho natin ngayon. We have personalities na. Huwag niyong isipin na hindi namin alam kung sino kayo.
So magandang paalala yan to the public, especially to the sari-sari stores and other retailers. May tanong.
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, Sir Wilson. Good morning, Generals. Michael Deliso po sa ABS-CBN. Saan po usually nanggagaling yung mga smuggled na cigarettes? Saang bansa particularly po?
Natin lang naman, isa lang natin, may mga, yung tobacco industry natin, meron na silang nagawang mga, actually, ang tobacco industry pala, nag-courtesy call sa atin that few weeks ago, at pinakita nila through sources online na may mga backdoors kasi tayo eh. Normally, doon naman sa south yan eh. Makikita mo sa Manila.
Normally sa South.
Oo, kasi kwan kasi dyan eh. Kaya nga maraming mga nahuhuli doon eh. But it doesn't mean na doon ha.
Anong mga ports sa South? Pwede niya ma-mention? Yes, baka. Yes.
Habang sinecheck yung ano, we don't discount the fact that there are local producers also of illicit trade.
May local
Yes, yes.
manufacturers ng
May local
illegal.
manufacturers kasi
Yes.
nakakuha kami ng mga machines sa sa Region 3. So
It makes sense kasi kung billions of pesos worth ang saving sa taxes, pwede na magbukas ang public. May follow-up daw sila.
Sige, sir. Nakita niyo na, sir, yung mga po.
Yes, yung mapa. We're curious kami, saan pumapasok sa Pilipinas? Anong mga probinsya, mga port?
This is the mapping of illegal tobacco landscape as of 2024.
Yan ba yung mga pula?
Ah.
Nakikita ko pula.
Makikita mo dito na Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao ito but more on Mindanao area.
Can you mention a
Ah.
few cities or towns?
Mindanao area, meron dito 50%. But ito ay based on studies and surveys lamang ha. Like for example, may mga provincias dito like mataas nga dito yung sa sa Lanao area eh.
Grabe.
I will not mention the percentage but
Grabe, ang laki
makita nyo dito na
Ano mga
may backdoor kasi doon sa nandun kasi yung neighboring nandun
Neighboring
kasi ang
countries.
boundaries to our neighboring countries.
Okay.
Okay?
General,
So-
can I mention some of the provinces? Wag na muna. Ang dami
Oo.
Ang daming mga provinces.
Mm.
Kasi pinapantayan nyo, no?
Okay.
Baka,
Sir, nung nakaraan po, I think last year, may mga napabalita tungkol dun sa sigarilyong tuklaw or black cigarette na bawal dito sa bansa and apparently smuggled din siya. Kumusta po yung mga operation natin regarding that?
mm,
Mhm.
Gusto ko lang ipaintindi sa inyo, the PNP is just part of other law enforcement agencies.
yes.
Hindi nga kami lead unit dito eh. We're just part. We are supporting the effort of the government. We have the NBI, we have other members of the enforcement group. Okay, nagkataon lang na most of these operations,
Kayo nakakahuli.
nakikita nyo, may operate ang ating highway patrol group, may na-operate din ang ating mga regional offices. But dapat intindihin nyo that we are just part of the enforcement group. Nakasaad naman yan sa batas natin, itong 12022.
Lumalaki rin po ba yung pagpasok ng mga black cigarette sa Pilipinas?
Ano ibig sabihin ng black cigarette?
Yung tuklaw, sir, if you're aware, sir.
Well, we are only basing on our operations conducted. Some of them are just incidental to another violation like na ginagawa ng HPG. What is very important is nakakahuli tayo ng marami. O as to your question kung ano yung mga nahuli namin, ang ginagawa kasi namin is we just coordinated with other agencies. Sila ang nag-run eh. May mga other agencies pa na tumutulong din sa amin to conduct the inventory.
Good morning, Sir Wilson. General Cariaga at General Marantan. Jason Sigales po ng Inquirer. Kay General Marantan po muna. Sir, balikan ko lang yung sa Batangas tsaka yung sa Malabon. Nabanggit niyo magpa-file ho kayo in the coming weeks against doon sa related ho doon sa operation na yun. Ilan po ang minamata ho nating fa-filean?
well, more particularly doon tayo sa Batangas kasi yung Malabon medyo marami.
Oo.
Ang hirap mag-inventaryo. At the PNP cannot do it alone. Pag nag-inventaryo yan, kasama yung JTI, kasama yung National Tobacco Administration. So, we will make it very transparent para pag-akyat niya ng pag-akyat niya sa prosecution, hindi naman ma-question doon yung integrity of the evidence. Ngayon, sagutin ko yung yung sinabi mong ilan. So you're talking now of the figure kung ilan makakasuhan diyan. Initially we can file maybe 5 siguro ang makakasuhan diyan. More or less 5. Kasi yung tracking, yung consignee, yung may-ari ng yarda, but medyo nagka-qualify yung yarda because he issued a statement already na sila ay nagparenta lang. So we cleared that with the SILG secretary yesterday. Baka hindi na pwedeng isama yung yung may-ari ng yarda kasi he is very cooperative. Besides, during the questioning, he came in good faith. He showed good faith. Siya na nga mismo nagbukas lahat eh. So to show na there's good faith there. So may-ari ng the truck, the consignee can be 5 siguro. More or less.
Follow up
But
lang.
may mga jandos ka kasi sinabi ko kanina, there are personalities there na kailangan naming tumbukin. That's the challenge now. Yung mga finances, although assuming so na we can identify them. At we have identified them. Yung mga personalities na yan, identify namin. Mga financiers, yung mga nasa top person, they are out of the country. So we don't have jurisdiction over them. But ilalagay lahat dyan doon sa mga janos later on pag we have enough pieces of evidence to indict them, mapapalabasan namin sila ng warrant of arrest.
For now, sir, dun sa 5, kasama po ba dun yung sinasabi niyong minamatang financier?
No, hindi pa.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa. Yung lang, yung explicit lang.
In either case, sir, dito sa Batangas tsaka sa Malabon, meron ho ba tayong nakikitang involvement ng government official?
What do you mean?
Anyone ho ba from a national
Kung may
agency
protect-
or a
Kung baka
local?
may protector daw or kasangkot na politician or uniform people.
Yes, but sabi nga ni DO kanina, we have to investigate more. Iba yung makita namin yan, iba rin yung we are ready to file a case against them. That's two different things. Kaya nga doon sa, example lang doon sa PRRD list before, ang daming nasa PRRD list pero hindi naman na-filean lahat ng kaso. Kasi the challenge for the investigators is to find pieces of evidence na ma-indict yung mga alleged suspects.
Okay, sir. Another question lang, sir. For either of you po, whoever man po yung mas makakasagot, sir. Nabanggit po natin dito earlier, meron po possible na involvement ng police and military personnel when it comes po dun sa cigarette smuggling. May idea na ho ba tayo gaano karami yung MUPs na possibly involved?
Sirs, we keep talking about po kasi na ito yung mga nahuhuli natin, may mga at large or may mga malalaking o high profile na kasangkot. Pero ano na po yung ating progress when it comes to preventive measures po? Meron po ba tayong pinag-uusapan with the other agencies kung paano po natin mape-prevent yung patuloy na pagpasok ng mga illegal or illicit cigarettes?
Well, kami, nasa law enforcement kami. Our prevention is more on interception talaga. Di ba? Interdiction, kasama yung mga ginagawa ng mga BOCs natin sa mga ports. At another form of prevention din siguro is info dissemination. Kaya nakakatulong din yung mga other stakeholders natin. Kayo, nakakatulong kayo para at least
Public awareness.
kuha ninyo sa publiko kung ano ang magiging effect kung smuggling of cigarettes will continue dito sa Pilipinas. Kami, we are more on crime prevention and law enforcement. And we also need the public, the community to support us. Kasama na rin yung sa information na ibibigay nila sa amin para makapag-operate kami ng maayos.
Thank you. Follow up lang doon sa sari-sari store. Kanina may nag-text ulit na yung mga sari-sari store ba kung may illegal cigarette stocks sila nakatago sa tindahan nila, pwedeng kunin ng mga PNP, ano?
You may mention about sari-sari store, ano? Baka mamaya sabihin nyo, anti-poor yan. Kasi sari-sari store na
Tama,
nga lang.
tama. Or groceries.
Ang advice dyan, isuko na lang ninyo yung mga, ano nyo, mga smuggled cigarettes dyan. Nasa inyo. Or, alam naman ninyo yung mga, ano, no, yung mga nearest police station ninyo. Pwede kayong makipag-cooperate sa nearest police station para sabihin niyo kung sino yung nag-supply. Kaya lang, the question is, sabi mo nga kanina, mayroong mga law enforcers who are involved. Baka hindi rin ninyo sasabihin. So mamaya, pwede sabihin natin yung ano natin, no? Yung sa SPG, yung contact number natin. Or the 911. The 911, generic naman yung number na yan. You can
Sa 911.
call that.
Baka pwede niya i-mention dito.
Pwede kayong mag-report.
You can drop forward. Question pala. Akala ko taga-PNP. Sorry na. Yes.
At saka wag kayong there are things that we cannot mention now, no. But medyo aggressive na kami sa ground. Makikita nyo in the days to come na you can see the effect. Kasi it's too presumptuous na sasabihin namin na we're able to solve it, or maybe by percentage we're able to solve maybe 60% of the total of the problem, but as of this moment not on the entirety pa. Pero because of the collective effort now, yung lagi-lagi kaming pinapatawag for the conferences and sharing of information, is a good result now. There will be impact there kapag nakita nila we started arresting these people, pinoposasan na namin sila, makikita nila. Or they have a choice. Pwede nilang ituro later on kung sino yung mga mas mataas sa kanila kasi to plead on the state witness protection program of the government.
May nagtanong pala dito, General.
We will come to that.
Thank you. Yung 3.1 billion daw ho ng mga illegal cigarettes, ho, nasaan nakatago? Sinusunog ba yan? Tinatapon ba sa basurahan? Curious lang sila. Saan pumupunta yan?
Nasa warehouse po na duly recognized naman by the government kasi doon naman namin inilalagay lahat. But on the destruction of the contraband, we have yet to seek guidance from the court. Kasi upon filing dun sa information before the court, mayroon na kaming prayer doon for the immediate destruction of the contraband.
Kayo pa ho ang magsusunog yan? Kayo ho?
Merong agency to
Incinerator.
do that. Hindi lang ho kami. That will be witnessed by every one of us. In fact, members of the press will be invited to witness the
Lahat kami.
destruction. Lahat po
Thank you.
tayo.
Thank you. May tanong pa sila dito.
Shaina Morales po from EuroTV. I just want to ask po kung may target date po ba tayo, kung kailan po final na magpa-file po ng case doon po sa behind doon sa smuggling in syndicates po. And as well as balikan ko lang din po yung about sa mga retailers or wholesalers na mga nagbebenta po nitong smuggled cigarettes po. Ano po yung mga kaso or punishment po para sa violations po sa na magagawa nila regarding this po?
Alam mo, pag lumampas na yan sa 10 million, ang ipapile na kaso is yung Republic Act 12022. Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage. Actually, test case nga itong ginawa ng HPG. Nasa case build up pa kami. Tinutulungan kami ng other agencies. Alam nyo naman na ang mga kalaban, mga smugglers, mga involved sa situation na ito ay may mga magagaling din sila na mga lawyers. Ay kami naman, hindi naman kami napapabayaan sa PNP. Tinutulungan din kami ng DOJ. Kaya continuing ang meetings namin at yun, focus lang kami sa trabaho. Kasi ang ang itong law enforcement laban namin ay kailangan talaga ng good coordination with other agencies para makalusot itong mga kaso namin. Kasi test case pa lang itong dalawa eh. Nasa prosecution side pa, di ba? Wala pa, nasa investigation pa nga eh.
So, thank you po.
Dugtungan ko lang po. Though wala pa sa prosecution, but the prosecutors are with us already following the GC20. Tinutulungan na po kami ng mga prosecutors who come up with a good case. Ngayon, yung tanong nyo kanina kung timeline, no? Nasagot ko na yan kanina. We will file that on February 3, yung Batangas case. Because the Malabon incident, we are still on the inventory. Medyo mahirap pang mag-inventory pala ng ano, nakita ko. Bubuhatin mo isa-isa, one by one, you open the boxes one by one. Kasi you have to understand the situation na hindi lang ang hinahanap ng investigador dito ay dahil sinabing illicit cigarettes, there can be more. Baka mamaya may shabu dyan, may the other contrabands there. Kaya yan ang ginagawa ng inyong kapulisan po na hinahanap ng other contrabands, not necessarily focus doon sa smuggled ngayon. Ngayon, doon sa filing po, we are doing law picking apples lang. Yung things that can be done. Na ito yung consignee, ito yung may-ari ng tracking, ito yung mga immediate mapapailan. And eventually, pag we can identify yung mga financiers talaga, top brass talaga, we can file, we can include them in the case because they are jandos there, di ba? So, sabi nga ni Sir, is a test case on the malaking kaso ito. Kaya nga minomonitor ito na laws ng the President. Kaya please, bear with us muna sa ngayon. We are doing our best sa ground. I cannot tell you what we are doing now kasi baka ma-preempt lahat. But believe us, may mapoposasan, may makokonvict dito.
Thank you for that good news.
Thank you po.
Yes. May nagsabi din dito, nag-text na, totoo ba, generals, there are reports that in the previous years or even up to now 20% of all cigarettes being sold in the Philippines or 1 out of 5 daw are illicit or smuggled. Accurate ba yan?
Sa level namin, hindi namin makonfirm yan eh. Basta we are just doing our job.
And congratulations for what you're doing. Good start yan for the new year. Again, kanina sa umaga, some people were telling us 90 billion to 100 billion pesos lost to smuggling and illicit. Kaya thank you for your hard work and efforts. Like to invite the two distinguished hardworking generals to give short message to the public to summarize yung thoughts niyo. May mensahe ba kayo para sa kaibigan natin sa media at saka sa publiko tungkol sa masigasig ninyo at saka importanteng effort na anti-illegal, illicit cigarettes and smuggling in general?
Kaya thank you very much. Sa akin, very short lang naman.
General Cariaga.
Sinabi na rin ito ni Brigadier General Hansel Marantan kanina. Just bear with us because, we are coordinating with other agencies, particularly the DOJ. Ito kasing batas natin, itong 12022 ay bago pa lang. At hindi pa yata nag-result into conviction to kasi bago pa nga ang batas But we are doing our job para matulungan natin ang gobyerno natin kasi ang dami na nating mga economic losses because of this economic sabotage na nangyayari. Kami, on our part, as a member of the law enforcement group, we will just continue with our law enforcement functions. There are challenges during our operations, but hindi namin ito ginagawang para bang scapegoat para hindi namin magawa ang trabaho namin. We will continue to do our mandated functions as a law enforcement agency.
Thank you very much, Police Major General Ronnie Francis Cariaga. Next, for a closing message to the public and the media, Police Brigadier General Hansel M. Maranta.
Salamat po, sir, dito sa given the opportunity to air what is the condition that we have now. First, I will make a statement that there are things that we can control as law enforcers and that there are things that we cannot. Halimbawa, yung mga illicit trade nila on the high seas, sinabi ni Sir kanina, we cannot control that. And the financiers that are outside of the country, we cannot control. We don't have jurisdiction over these people. But the moment na pumasok sila sa Philippine area of responsibility, we have jurisdiction over them. Kaya nga, the moment na us in the HPG, kapag ginamit mo na yung highways, papasok ka na sa jurisdiction ng highway patrol. And that's what we did and what we are doing now. Kaya malalaki yung mga nahuli not because we are targeting the smuggled cigarettes, but we are targeting the violations on the highways, the implementation of the anti-carnapping law and the LTO violations and the PD96, yung wang-wang and all that. Well, I have to tell you, even last year, we were able to confiscate more than 17,000 na wang-wang and blinkers. Ganyan na kasipag po ngayon.
17,000.
Yes,
Wow.
1,000. At I have to tell you also that we were able to release 10,000 motor vehicles and motorcycles last year. Hindi nyo nakikita yan pa. Ganyan ka-aggressive yung yung highway patrol po ninyo upon the guidance of your Directorate for Operations. Ngayon po, mayroong kasabihan kasi sa PNP. May mantra kami diyan sa PNP ngayon. Bagong PNP para sa bagong Pilipinas. Serbisyong mabilis, tapat at nararamdaman. Sana po naramdaman ninyo yung billion-billion na accomplishments namin sa PNP in collaboration with other agencies. And we intend to do more of that. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, umasa kayo na there will be more.
Maraming salamat, General Marantan. Saka maraming salamat, General Cariaga, for your leadership and courage and positive energy for the start of the new year. Thank you din kay Police Colonel Fitz Macariola nandito and the other young officers na nakatayo dyan. Ay umupo, kasi naka-alisto kanina pa. Thank you for your help. Once again, thank you for helping. Kasi narinig ko sa mga public health activists na NGOs who come here, mga doktor, sabi nila, importante daw pala itong mga syntax na to. Kasi dito daw nanggagaling yung pera ng gobyerno para sa public health, mga medisina, rural hospitals. So yung mga ninanakawan ng mga smuggler, hindi lang malalaking pabrika ng sigarilyo, ang ninanakawan yung mga ordinaryong mamamayan natin na nawawalan ng health services pag ninakawan ng smuggled. Kaya thank you very much sa tulong ninyo. May simple gift kami dito, General Cariaga and General Marantan. May may tradition dito sa Pandesal Forum. It doesn't matter if you are Bongbong Marcos or Sara Duterte or Leni Robredo, lahat sila pumupunta dito nagsalita. Or movie star, may mga celebrity din, saka ambassadors. Lahat tayo may pandesal, sir. Ito hindi to illicit. Thank you. Pwede kayong, can we request you to stand for photo op lang ho? Tapos meron din kaming regalong t-shirt. May kasabihan sa likod. May Filipino saying na walang matigas na tinapay sa mainit na kape. So walang imposibleng problema kung may matapang na mga pulis katulad ni General Cariaga and General Marantan and si Colonel.